good morning, Grace Life. Good morning, friends. Today I'd like to just bring a word of encouragement to you, and I've called this little talk, Intimacy with God is Key. We need, each one of us, to have intimacy with God if we're going to be effective in the kingdom of God. First of all, we have to know who God is. We have to know who we are, secondly, and we have to know whose we are, thirdly. When we know who God is, then we can begin to evaluate who we are in relation to God. When we think of God, sometimes we have this picture of God in a television set, or God in a box, or God closed up in the pages of the Bible, or something along those lines. What we need to see is how big God is. When we think about our universe and how big our universe is, and we think that Jesus, or God rather, breathes the stars, and He knows them all by name. He's placed every single star in the universe, and He keeps it in position, in orbit, so that nothing collapses, nothing is chaotic, nothing goes out of sync. God, the Bible speaks to us of God sitting above the heavens on His throne and laughing at His enemies and using the earth as His footstool. That's a human measurement, but it goes way beyond that. We cannot begin to imagine how big God is and how really small we are. And that's another point to look at. We need to know how small we are in relation to God. John 3:16, we read that God gave His only begotten Son, so that whosoever believes on Him might not perish but have everlasting life. And that gives us a sense of belonging. When we say yes to Jesus, we become a son of God, and we belong in the kingdom of God. We belong in His realm, and that is knowing whose we are. If we want to exercise faith, if you want our passage on this earth to have any meaning in terms of the kingdom, we have to have intimacy with God. So we need to look at who God is, who we are, and whose we are. When we can put those three things together, we know exactly who we are, and we can then experience intimacy with God and be a force to be reckoned with in the kingdom of God on this earth. Thank you for listening to me. I hope this encourages somebody. God bless you all. See you next time.